You do not have a tab problem. You have a filing problem. 20 open tabs is actually fine if those 20 tabs are 4 small, clear piles instead of one long mess. Chrome has a feature that builds those piles for you, and most people never turn it on. It is called tab groups, and by the end of this video, you will know every part of it. Here is the idea in one sentence. A tab group is a colored bracket that holds a set of tabs together, with a name and a color you pick. Once a group exists, Chrome treats those tabs as one unit. You can collapse them, move them, or close them all at once, instead of hunting for each one. Think about how you actually browse in a normal day. You might have 5 tabs open for a work project, 3 more for something you are shopping for, 2 for a trip you are planning, and 1 or 2 you opened by accident and never closed. Without groups, that is just one long row of tiny icons, and you are squinting at favicons trying to remember which one was which. With groups, that same row becomes 4 short color-coded blocks. Work is blue. Shopping is pink. The trip is green. You find things by color before you even read a single word. And to be clear, the color and the name are only for you. They do not change how a website behaves. They do not affect what other people see, and they are not saved to the page itself. It is purely a label you are putting on your own tab strip, the same way you would label a folder on your desktop. Let's make your first group. Right-click any tab. In the menu, choose Add Tab to New Group. That tab now has a small colored dot in front of it and a thin colored line under it. That line is the group. Click that colored dot to open the group's little menu. Type a name, like Research or Shopping. Then pick a color. Chrome gives you 8: gray, blue, red, yellow, green, pink, purple, and cyan. Pick whichever one means something to you. The color is not decoration. It is the whole filing system. There is a faster way to start a group, too. Just drag one tab on top of another tab. Chrome bundles them into a new, unnamed group automatically. You can name and color it after, the same way as before. Now let's add more tabs to a group that already exists. You can drag any tab sideways into the colored bracket, and it slides in and joins the group. Or right-click a tab, choose Add Tab to Group, and pick the group by name from the list. What if you want to group several tabs at once right from the start? Hold Control or Command on a Mac and click each tab you want. Then right-click any of the selected tabs and choose Add Tabs to New Group. All of them join in one move. A quick naming tip, since this is the part people overthink. You do not need clever names. Use the same handful of categories every time. Things like work, personal, shopping, and whatever project you are currently knee-deep in. The point is not creativity. The point is that 6 months from now, taxes in red means the exact same thing it means today, and you do not have to think about it. Here's the part people love most once they find it. Click directly on the group's name label. The whole group folds down into one small colored pill, and every tab inside it disappears from view, just for now. Click that same label again, and they all expand right back out, exactly where they were. Taking a tab back out of a group is just as simple. Drag it out of the colored bracket and drop it anywhere else on the tab strip. Or right-click the tab and choose Remove from Group. Either way, the tab goes back to being a normal, ungrouped tab. You can also move an entire group at once. Click and drag the group's name label, and every tab inside travels together, keeping their order, to wherever you drop them on the tab strip. This next part matters. If you right-click a tab inside a group and choose Close Tab, you only close that one tab. But if you right-click the group's name label and choose Close Group, every tab inside closes together in one click. Know which one you are choosing. And if you do click Close Group and immediately panic, take a breath. Closing a group does not delete anything. It works exactly like closing a single tab. You can bring the whole group back, names, colors, and all, with Control-Shift-T or Command-Shift-T on a Mac, which reopens the last thing you closed. Chrome remembers groups the same way it remembers tabs. One more thing worth knowing if you are on a recent version of Chrome. Tab groups also show up in the vertical tabs sidebar, the collapsible panel on the left side of the window instead of the strip across the top. If you have a lot of groups, this view tends to be easier to scan, since each group gets its own clearly labeled block stacked vertically, rather than competing for a thin strip of horizontal space. Same groups, same colors, same everything you just learned. It is just arranged top to bottom instead of left to right, and it collapses out of the way entirely when you want more room for the page itself. Quick note before we wrap up. Everything in this video disappears when you close the browser, unless you save it first. Saving a group so it survives a restart and even syncs to your other devices is its own feature called Save Group. We've got a full video on exactly that, so check the link if you want your groups to stick around for good. So that is the whole feature, start to finish. Right-click a tab or drag one onto another to start a group. Click the colored dot to name it and give it one of the 8 colors. Drag tabs in to add them. Drag a tab out to remove it, and click the label once to collapse the whole thing out of your way. Close the group when the project is done, and remember that closing is not deleting. Control-Shift-T brings it right back. None of this is complicated once you have done it twice. The only real step is deciding, today, that your tabs deserve 4 small piles instead of one long mess. Open Chrome, right-click your messiest tab, and start your first group right now.